Hello, my name is Curran Nault, and I am an assistant professor in the Department of Radio, Television, Film. My one thing that works is establishing intimacy and belonging in the classroom. And that's through kind of altering the space of the classroom itself. This, of course, can be especially challenging in our times of social distancing and Zoom. But as distant as we are, this is also a moment that we're kind of more intimate than ever. We're all going through a collective crisis. We're entering each other's personal homes through Zoom. So one of the things that I've done at the start of each semester is have my students not only introduce themselves, but introduce their spaces, introduce their homes to the class. And this can also be just showing something from their homes for the students who are not entirely comfortable with giving like a kind of mini tour of their home. And I find that this starts to break down the barriers between us, both the physical barriers of being on Zoom, the kind of psychological barriers, and really makes the students feel at home in all senses of that phrase, where the Zoom classroom is also a space of their own, right? Where the kind of lived realities of their lives and the space of the intellectual classroom are integrated with one another. In the best case scenarios, when we're not on Zoom, for me, this is about not just making intimacy in the classroom and not just making it comfortable for students, but doing so that in a way that's also about creating collaboration between the students and camaraderie between them, so that we enhance the intimacy and even create sort of transformative possibilities for the classroom itself. So for example, in my course on art and activism, during a week in which we talk about the politics of style and fashion, we collectively put on a fashion show in the classroom. The students wear their fabulous best to class, and collaboratively we create a runway show. We decorate the classroom, we choose a playlist, and then we just like strut our stuff back and forth across the room. And as the students sashay across the space, they not only get to bring themselves into the space and again, make it feel like theirs, right? Express their individuality, conjure some joy in that space. But with each sashay or shimmy across the space, they're also remaking the classroom environment into a kind of effective arena, right? Of course, the classroom can often feel sort of sterile or kind of alienating for the students, but through reimagining the possibilities of the class through this runway exercise, the whole entire space of the class feels different to the students. Of course, this is a very particular kind of ostentatious example, but I think that there are ways in which we can all give our students the room, so to speak. And maybe that's just rearranging the chairs in the classroom in a way that's more conducive to conversation or interpersonal dynamics, or allowing the students to like decorate the space in some way when they're there, right? I think those kind of transformative elements in the classroom take away some of the academic stiffness of the class space and open up possibilities for the classroom dynamic beyond just the exercise itself. And so that's my one thing that works.